So my name is Vicky Jaffa, and I am in the Education 621 class. I'm a graduate student at Campbell. I'm my major is interdisciplinary studies with a concentration in English. And what interests me most about teaching is uh, based on what I've learned through other education classes, I would like to, I guess, try to improve the system and the way things currently work. Not that anything's, I guess, extremely wrong, but there are some things that I would like to see changed, especially in the teaching aspect. More specifically, giving students a little more freedom, not necessarily keeping them boxed in into traditional learning roles. And also, I like to see kids grow and sort of, have an aha moment where they finally understand how things work. That would be awesome. Um, how do I learn best? I learn best with what I call a big picture. So I guess technically it's through lecturing and examples, but I don't really understand unless I see the big picture. So I know a lot of times teachers will try to hone in on a tiny portion of what you're currently learning, like, oh, I don't know, if you're learning the anatomy, you'll focus on a specific part of the anatomy of the human body without necessarily relating that small portion to the larger picture. And I think if you can understand the larger picture and how it works overall, it's easier to then understand the small bit that you're currently working on. And I know that a lot of times in classrooms, you have a schedule and you have to learn this bit and this bit and this bit and this bit before you can get, to where you need to go. But I feel like if you can understand the big picture, it's easier to get to the smaller bits. And I think that's easily done. You don't necessarily have to teach everything before then coming back to the big picture. I think if you can relate that tiny portion to, you know, I think they can be done simultaneously, basically. And that is how I learn the best. What are my best teaching attributes? I think that I am quite patient, and I think that I have an understanding through experience. Excuse me. Through my experiences, I think I have an understanding of what perhaps kids are going through. Um, sorry, and things like that. What type of leader are you? I would say that I am only a leader when I need to be a leader. So I think that my leading style is basically if shit hits the fan and no one's taking the reins, then I will step in and get everything straight. But if I see that there is, someone that I trust and that's, doing a good job, then there's no need for me to get involved in the mix, and I um, take their orders, and I'm happy with it. So I guess I would say that I'm a leader when I need to be, but I'm also okay not being a leader. What do you hope to learn from this class? I hope to learn how to effectively use technology to its fullest extent, and this goes in with my the question about my philosophy in the technology in the classroom. And I think a lot of times teachers don't understand how to use technology, like actually use it to benefit. I think it's sort of like something new, and they're required to use it, so they use it, but they're not actually using it to its benefit, and they're not actually teaching anything through it. And so I want to be able to learn how to use technology to its fullest. So not just because it's something new and it's cool, or because you're required to use it, but to actually accomplish something with it. And I think that because some classrooms don't necessarily accomplish something with the technology and they're just using it because they have to, that in those instances, technology in the classroom is not always the greatest. and not necessary. And so I would like to see, I think that it can be, and I would like to see a classroom that does it effectively. I think that if it's done effectively, it can be great. I have not necessarily seen it done effectively in a regular classroom. Now I've seen it done effectively maybe in like special needs situations, but I've never seen it done effectively in a regular classroom. It's so that I think it can be good in a classroom, but I've never actually seen it done effectively, and I would like to learn how to do that effectively. So yeah, that is my introductory video, and hope we have a great class, and I'll see you guys soon.